So current former Minnesota Vikings cornerback Trae Waynes left after his 5-year deal with the Vikings expired. They let him go to free agency, and then he signed a 3-year, $42 million deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. So cool. We thought that was it, right? But this little nugget came out today. So Trae Waynes' deal isn't officially official, right? So it isn't completely signed, sealed, and delivered until he gets a physical. And we were just saying, like, there's like just a small, minute chance that the Bengals, in their infinite cheapness, would just pull the Trae Waynes deal, just completely rescind it. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, because I think you will see with this weird offseason, because if you think about it, a lot of these free agency deals are pending physical. A lot of them will get rescinded. We've seen this happen before, even in non-Rona offseason. So, I mean, there is an outside chance that Trae Waynes' deal with the Bengals doesn't go through. And if that does happen, would the Vikings want him back? Right? Because I think it certainly would be hard for Trae Waynes to get the free agent deal that of the size that he got with the Bengals, because everyone's already spent their free agent money. Everyone's already got a draft class in, so I think that may be tough. But with Trae Waynes' potential return for a 1-year cheaper deal, 1 year, $5 to $6, $7 million deal with the Vikings, would the Vikings want that? Would we want that? I like the Vikings cornerback room as it is now. I love Hughes. I like Holton Hill. Obviously love El Jefe and Cameron Tiny Dantzler, as well as Chris Boyd and Neville Clark and Nate Metters, etc. But Waynes, even though he certainly was not worth $14 million, I was fine with him on his 5th-year option last year, making $9.69 million or whatever it was. Nice. And I think he was perfectly solid and steady. I think he was decent in coverage. I think that those hips never really loosened up. I don't think he ever truly became that man-to-man type corner that we were promised when he came out of Michigan State. But also phenomenal in run support. I think he was solid. Like, would you tell me that he was a top 30 cornerback in the league? I probably would have believed you. Would you tell me that Waynes was the best cornerback of the Vikings for the past 2 years? Yes. Xavier Rhodes certainly was not it. So, given the familiarity with the scheme, given the circumstances, if it did happen now, yeah, I'm not saying that this is actually going to happen, very minute chance, but the Bengals, like we've talked about here, like, people don't know, the Bengals are one of the most notoriously cheap franchises in the league. Like, it's amazing that they've had any level of success under their current ownership, because they've skimped so much on coaching salaries, on assistant coaching salaries, on scouting staff to begin with. So it actually is a miracle that Marvin Lewis succeeded as well as he did for so many years there with him and Zimmer and whatnot under those circumstances. But with the 2021 salary cap potentially at risk. Now, I don't think they decrease it drastically. I think, if anything, they keep the cap stagnant for a number of years until inflation catches back up with it. But say that the Bengals, who, youngish team, they got to number 1 overall pick Joe Burrow. They have this, they have that. But if they're looking to save a couple pennies, save for a rainy day, because it's definitely going to rain in 2021. All of a sudden, they look at the Trae Waynes deal, $14 million per year, and they're like, meh. So what if they pull that deal? Trae Waynes, Agent Brian Murphy, he's obviously dealt with the Vikings for a number of years now. Maybe they're like, all right, terrible circumstances. All the teams have spent their free agency money. There isn't really a spot for him. Trae Waynes, he knows the system here. A 1-year deal to tide him over until he gets to 2021 free agency. Could that be done? Should the Vikings be open to it? I mean, if it's not a lot, like, I ain't down for paying Trae Waynes $14 million a year, but if he came back for 7 or 5 with some incentives, I would be okay with that. I would plop Trae Waynes back into this cornerback group, especially since there's no OTAs, no rookie camp, potentially shortened training camp. A person who's been there, done that, guy on the T-shirt, and absolutely knows the ropes. Someone that you would feel fine starting week 1 as teams are a little bit slow out of the blocks. I would be open to it. But, I mean, just imagine if that happened. Just imagine if some of these big free agent deals that have been spread around the league do get rescinded. Like, I mean, hell, look at the Vikings. What if the Michael Pierce deal doesn't go through? I mean, again, it's extremely unlikely that's going to happen, but it's been a weird offseason, and it certainly is feasible. I mean, teams have done players dirty like this all the time. You do see it, but I don't know. If the Bengals do it, and for the right price, I would have Trae Waynes back. Now, I know that's probably controversial, but let's talk about it. Comments, your thoughts, let us know. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. And want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.